Hello and good morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are right now. Today we're taking a look at my custom painted Studio Series premium finish Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. Now before I take a look at the actual figure, I'm going to take a look at what I did with his ion blaster first. Here it is, and I know it doesn't really look like I did much at first, but on the inside I did paint it bright orange, and I did add these little silver squares right here, and you can see that I dry brushed the entire thing with silver paint. But enough about it, let's talk about the figure. Now the way I'm going to be walking you through this custom is from head to toe on what I did with him, so let's just jump right in. Starting at the very top of the figure for this little area right here, I painted that in black, then dry brushed it in silver. For the back of the head itself, there is some silver pieces, and for the head itself, I did dry brush a bit on his mask, but it's barely noticeable on camera. And something that always threw me off about the premium finish Optimus Prime is that he had this silver stripe on his head, and I didn't really like it all too much, so I just decided to go in there with a blue Sharpie and just got rid of it. As for his arms, I did take a silver Sharpie and just recolored that entire smokestack, and I added back the black that they had on the original figure to his shoulders because I just thought it looked more appealing. I did add a bit of dry brushing to his shoulders, on both of them actually. They look pretty different from each other. And for his elbow joint, I did a lot. I grabbed some black paint, I dry brushed the heck out of this joint. I added some silver and gold highlights all over it, and I did actually paint a lot of the red that was originally on it because I was basing it off of the box art of the premium finish Optimus Prime, and it had this, and I just thought it looked more appealing. I also combined my silver and black paint and painted this wire. I also added a bit of dry brushing to his fingers, but once again, barely noticeable. His chest area I didn't really do too much to. All I really did was add some silver dry brushing to these pieces and make the windows non-transparent by using a black Sharpie. As for his pelvis area, these yellow stripes I thought they were too bright, so I just went in there with some gold and fixed them. And for this piece right here, I did the entire thing in silver and then added this black diamond. A little bit of dry brushing to his thighs, but it really isn't too noticeable. And for this piece right here, I did it entirely with silver paint and added a little bit of rust to it. Same thing with the tires. I added back the white and red dot that was on the original figure, and it's just more accurate to the movie, at least in Rise of the Beasts. All I really did for his shins was just add a tiny bit of silver dry brushing. Let's move on to the back of the figure, and you can see already that I did a lot. All of these little bright silver pieces I added with either a Sharpie or with silver paint, and it helped since the silver paint and the silver Sharpie that I had looked almost identical to the silver already painted onto the figure. Moving to his butt, I did add this silver and gray because it was more accurate to the movie. And moving further down to the back of his thighs, I did these entire pieces in silver and added a little bit of rust to them. Did add these tiny little silver pieces onto the back of his shoulders, but once again, it wasn't really too necessary. And for the final thing to say about the back, the entire thing was just covered with a bit of silver dry brushing. That is pretty much everything I have to say about this custom that I made. Thank you for taking a bit of time out of your day to look at my custom. You don't need to like, you don't need to subscribe. As long as you enjoyed what you just saw, I'm happy. Bye-bye.